All right, so this is an extra little video, video 3, part 2, because it's graphing inequalities. As you can see on this screen, you see the first symbol here is greater than. It's an open circle whenever you see it in a graph. Greater than or equal to is the second one. It is a closed circle because you're including that number. Less than is an open circle because you're not including that. Less than or equal to is closed circle because you're including that number. And then this one was the different one, which just simply means not equal to. All right, so example 1 is simply x is greater than 5, okay? So I went ahead and already drew the number line here. So just have a simple number line, no big deal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plot on here. I know that I'm going to use an open circle at 5 because it says x is greater than and there's no equal to. And greater than, I'm looking for numbers that are bigger than 5. So I'm going to shade to my right because to my right is when my numbers are going to continually get bigger than 5. So that would be the graph. All right, so this example, example 2, says x is less than or equal to 3. Okay, so because of that symbol there, I'm going to have a solid circle where x equals 3 there because I am including the 3. And now I need to look at my number line. Where are the values that are smaller than or equal to 3? Well, that means I'm going to shade to my left. Okay, I'm going to shade to my left because that is where the numbers are continually getting smaller than 3. So it is less than 3. So I'm looking at the numbers, which numbers are constantly getting less than 3. But I have to include it because of the bar on the symbol. All right, so after the warm-up today, I wanted to make sure I had an example here of the x equals not 2. Okay, so this means that only here at 2 am I going to have an open. That means everything else that's this way I'm going to include, and everything else that's this way I'm also going to include. So you are shading the entire number line other than having an open circle at 2 because they're saying, hey, the answer is anything but 2. That's the only one that won't work. All right, so now this next one says 2x plus 5 is greater than 11. Okay, so I put there, you have to solve the inequality before you can graph, which is true. Now we've done this, so this shouldn't be hard. Okay, so I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides, and I get 2x is greater than 6. Divide by sides both 2, and I'm going to get x is greater than 3. So now I'm going to come down to the graph. Okay, so again, I'm going to have an open circle here because x is just greater. It's not equal to. I'm looking for the numbers that are getting bigger than 3, so I'm going to shade to my right. So I'm shading to my right because that's where x is going to be getting bigger than 3. All right, in the last example for this video, I have the problem 3x minus 4 is less than or equal to 4x plus 9. So again, before I can do anything, I have to solve the inequality. So I have 3x minus 4 is less than or equal to 4x plus 9. I am going to choose to subtract 3x from both sides. And when I do so, I get negative 4 is less than or equal to x plus 9. Now I'm going to subtract 9 from both sides. And I have a negative 13 is less than or equal to x. Now, I use this example also for a reason. This is the same as, okay, so I'm right here, the same as x is greater than or equal to negative 13. Now, you might be saying, why is it the same thing? Because my x is on this side. If you look, you want to match how the open part is with the x. So if it's open on the x side, it needs to be open on this. So if you need it to be written on the left side, if this is more visually appealing for you, make sure when you switch it, you flip the inequality. Okay? I know we didn't divide or multiply by a negative, but again, it has to read the same way. Because if I read this from right to left, which I know is abnormal, it would read x is greater than negative 13, but this is probably more appealing to you. So I'm going to go to negative 13 and put a filled in circle. And I'm going to shade to my right because, again, x is bigger than negative 13, or in that sense, negative 13 is smaller than any x value that I'm going to use, okay? So I hope this helps. Maybe this clears up some stuff from today. If not, then we can look a little more deeper. All right, good job.